Hey everybody, it's Todd with Chasing Tail MD. Today I wanted to take you through the hunt that I just had with my father up in Saskatchewan, November 2022. It was our return trip, second year in a row with BBD Outfitters. I was able to connect on the last full day of the hunt along with my father. Got everything on film, just wanted to share everything with you guys today. Had a great hunt, it was a good time, so hopefully you guys enjoy. Getting the old 7mm mag sighted in. Switch to the 160 grain for Canada. Been shooting 139s. So get a little bit more knockdown power. Sunday the 13th. We're one day out from getting in the tree. Gary's excited.
Todd.
What's up, everybody? First day here in Saskatchewan, hunting with BBD Outfitters. My dad and I are up here, as you've probably seen already. Trying to be super quiet. I've got a big doe about 30 yards away bedded down. It's the first morning. I've seen 7 does and 1 buck at first light before shooting light. Couldn't tell exactly what he was, but he was pretty decent. He was outside his ears. He looked young though, not a shooter for sure. Check with my dad, he said he's already seen a pretty nice mainframe 10-point with at least 1 sticker. Around 140, he guessed. It's not real cold today, it's only 22, so got about 8 hours left in the blind, so stick with me. Hopefully we can get something on the ground this week. up? It's day 2 here in Saskatchewan. Seen one buck this morning. Pretty nice 8-point. Looked like a 3-year-old. Bunch of does. Saw 3 bucks yesterday, but nothing that was worth shooting. So they've all been bumping does, cruising, and then bumping the does that are around. So hopefully the big boys start here soon. Should get better as the week goes on. The weather's looking better, and closer we'll get to the rut. So stay tuned. Hopefully we can get on the big one here soon. Day 3 here hunting with BBD Outfitters. Just changed up spots today. There's a nice 10-pointer in here that I'm after. High 160 class, huge body. It's super windy. It's probably like 20 couple degrees Fahrenheit, so it's not too cold, but the wind's bad, so it feels colder. It feels a lot colder. Temperature's actually supposed to drop all the way through the day, so should get better as the day goes on. Hopefully it's been kind of slow here the first hour and a half, but hopefully something big gets on its feet here, so stay tuned.
So now we come to day 4. I did not do an in-blind interview day 4, I'll be honest with you all. Morale was pretty low after day 3. Sat for the full 12 hours and did not see a single deer. Day 4, I moved to the spot that my dad was in day 3. Also had a very slow day 4. I saw one button buck at the very last light. I had already packed up the camera. I did have an encounter with a pretty awesome looking coyote, so I'll go ahead and share that with you guys now. So that brings us finally to day 5. We moved back from the farmland to the forest, which is the general area that I hunted Monday and Tuesday. It was a different stand, as you'll see, but this is actually where a buck was harvested day 1 on Monday. Had some pretty good action today. You could tell the rut was starting to pick up, but let's go ahead and get into it. So as you guys can see, got it done very last light, camera light that is. It was pretty easy to see for the shots. First shot there, you could see he turned, quartered toward me a little bit right as I started to shoot, but it drilled him right behind the shoulder. He ended up running just barely out of the camera frame before the follow-up shot. He was quartering to me real hard on the second shot, and I put it right through his shoulder and ended up dropping him. Right after I got him down, I ended up calling the guide to let him know that I had just taken one, and he was actually already headed back to the stand. So unfortunately, he picked me up. I hopped in the truck and didn't really end up having any time to do any recovery footage or, you know, talk over the deer, but figured I could do that with you guys now. I'll show you some photos now of us walking up on the deer and just realizing quite how large the deer's body was. So as you can probably tell, he was an absolute tank of a deer. You know, it was shocking walking up on him. Every bit of 350, well over 300 pounds. And rack-wise, he wasn't anything too crazy. Probably, you know, I guess he would be my third biggest deer. He's a little bit smaller than this one. Just shy of 140 inches. Actually, the first straight 10-point that I've ever shot. But the winter was rough up in Saskatchewan in 2021. It sounded like there was 3.5 foot of snow all winter. Temperatures were all the way down to minus 60 on a few occasions. So a lot of stress on the deer. Talking to people at the airport and some of the outfitters, what they had said was basically they didn't have the greatest rack development year. But you know, that's fine. You go to Saskatchewan for the dark racks and the big bodies, right? So no complaints there. You know, it was a great time. Nonetheless, my dad and I both ended up getting it done on the final full day. Hopefully we can get back up there at some point. I mean, it's a great time. It's definitely a whole different ball game of hunting. But hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you don't mind, drop it a like, subscribe, and bring you some more content. Thanks.